I was gonna play my interview with Mac Minister real quick, just a little piece of it.
This call is monitoring at any time. Three-way calling or call forwarding an inmate's phone call is unauthorized and may result in disciplinary action to the inmate, which could include the loss of phone privileges. Thank you for using IC Solutions. You may begin speaking now.
So I got Mac Minister on the phone right now. What's good, Mac?
Oh, man, some more of it.
Okay. So where are you speaking from right now?
I'm in High Desert State Penitentiary in Las Vegas. Well, Indian Springs, 06, March the 2nd, 2006.
Okay, so you've been in jail for 9 years now, pretty much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
9 years and
Okay.
some change.
Okay. And what was the charge that put you in prison?
Double murder, 2 counts of conspiracy to commit murder.
Okay. And what was the sentencing that you got?
I got 4 lives without the possibility.
Okay, so you're right now in prison for quadruple life with no possibility of parole.
Yeah, basically, yup.
Okay. When they read that to you, what really went through your mind?
Well, when they read that to me, if you read my statement that was in the paper, when they said all that to me and they asked me did I have anything to say, I said, yeah, God is the greatest. That was my last words to him.
I don't think too many people even understand how to even think about quadruple life without parole.
I can probably only remotely fathom it just based on the fact that I've been in there with people that got that. Me having that myself, I don't even attempt to even approach wrapping my mind around that.
So what's it like? What's the difference between you and someone who has quadruple life? When you meet a person like this and when you deal with them inside the prison.
Well, it depends on if you're dealing with somebody that then came to terms with the fact that they might very well be in there for the rest of their life, and they trying to make that as comfortable as they can for the time that they're gonna be in there. Or you might be dealing with a monster who feels wronged by the system, wronged by the society, and he just on a rampage, and you had to deal with that. It varies between person to person.
Well, aren't they supposed to separate lifers and people who are, doing 5-10 years? Because you did how long?
I did 10.5 years.
10.5. So they put you with the lifers?
Yeah. I started off on a level 4 for the first 3 years because I was sent in for a gang-related crime. And based on that, you have to do your first 3 years on a 180 yard. 180 is just a particular design of yard. They have 180 and 270.
Okay.
And in the 180, that's where, all the wolves and the predators and everything is at, people with them heavy sentences. And based on the fact that you were sent in for that type of behavior, it's like them saying, well, you think you one of these people, huh? Let's see how you fare in there. So, that's thrust upon you to, either establish who you are, become who you are. And it's no separation as far as it goes by a point system. Once you pass, I believe it's 60 points now. It used to be like 52 points. Once you pass 60 points, you can have 2 years. But if you're on that level, then you're on that level with everybody with 60 points and above. That's maximum security.
Did you see people get thrown into there and not make it out?
Several.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's a common occurrence because you don't know that life.
Right.
It's something, it's usually brand new to the people who fall victim to it, because once you go through the system once or twice, then you kind of know the ins and outs and the do's and don'ts. But it's them green cats that come in there.
So you're now in a small space with a bunch of people who are not getting out of prison.
Mm-hmm.
How do you establish a level of respect in a situation like that?
Well, I already had respect in there because,
So you were already known.
yeah, I was known
Okay.
from being in there before and, what I had done when I came back in there already, to, let them know that I'm going to walk this off my way, and wasn't going to have my toes stepped on. So, you just have to be willing. It's just the same on the streets, you have to be willing to go to the same extent or beyond that the next man willing to go to when you in that realm with that jungle survival mentality.
Right. Well, the difference with outside though is you have guns and you could shoot at people across the street, and from a mile and a half away, like we were talking about before.
True that.
It's a little bit different when you face to face with somebody with maybe a knife, if that.
Mm-hmm.
Not a very good one at that.
Mm-hmm. That's when your heart come into play right there. What are you willing to accept? How far are you willing to go? Mm-hmm. Is this knife going to intimidate you to the point where you're going to let this man run over you and dictate what you do? Or, is you going to go try to fashion your own blade and, and do what you do? Or, it's all on the individual, how he handles it. And, it's a cold Shark Tank, too, because initially no one can come to your rescue. Mm-hmm. You have to be able to prove that you're willing to stand for self first and foremost. And once you do that, then whoever embraces you after that point, then you pretty much got the support of them. But you walk in there, it's like, who are you? What you do? How can you handle yourself?
Right.
And it's pretty much the aura you give off. It's not that predatory. Like, I'm not trying to paint the picture like, oh, the big prison, scary, woo, but it's nothing to play with. When you get in there and, you can't, ain't no running to the police and ain't no knock coming out of your cell. It's, you got to go eat. Your presence got to be felt.
Okay. Did you get into altercations?
Yeah, I got into a couple of them.
Couple of them?
Yeah, a couple of them.
Okay.
I get off first. I know what to do. That's self-preservation, the first law of nature. I see it brewing. I'm getting right off, letting my people look. This what it is. Y'all believe it or not, but you either follow me or suffer the consequences of what I'm about to do. So yeah,
Okay.
I'm not good at being the victim.
So you had to be right there with lifers.
Mm-hmm.
Some of which were monsters who felt like they hate the world.
Mm-hmm.
You got through it.
Yeah, I had my own program. You know what I mean? I started following Islam in there. But I was going to the masjid on the streets before that. And I just went on and embraced it in there. You know what I'm saying? Just because, to give me some further spirituality. Far as something to hold on to, a relationship that was real, you know what I mean? Because you can't really trust nobody behind that wall, you know what I mean? And, everybody needs somebody to talk to, you know what I'm saying? People play that hard shit, I do this by myself, I don't need nothing, all that. You're a damn lie once you get behind them walls. That exterior gonna crack at some point, and you know what I'm saying? You're gonna need a stronghold. So, I got down with that. And, I still had the homies, though. I kept it clear with them and clean. Look, this is my march. This is where I'm at, but we all a part of the same squad. So as long as y'all don't do nothing silly, I got y'all. You know what I'm saying? As long as we can, we can have some understanding amongst each other about how we moving, then I'm always going to support y'all. I was a background vocalist in there, you know what I mean? But I marched it off.
I remember the first time I watched American Me.
Good movie.
Yeah. That was the movie that made me not want to go to prison. That was it. But when I seen all the gay rapes and all that type of shit, I said, okay, this is a place that I don't want to go to. And I pretty much managed that. I've stayed out of penitentiaries and so forth. How accurate is that depiction?
It was more prevalent in the 70s, maybe 60s, 70s, mid 80s. It's not really it doesn't really go on, and you know, because you know people, you know, you got people in there that choose to be gay. So you know, you have people that are, you know, act like they going to get their hair braided or something, and you know, duck off with the punk and do his thing. You know what I'm saying? And so some certain people, homies, condone that. You know, that's what it is. But you don't really have to go on the take and the rape thing. You know, he was raping men and stuff back there. It was really more than like taking manhood. It was. I think it was more of that than like the sexual thing. And then you know, it was.
So it was a power thing.
Yes. Bestial, you know what I mean?
But you're saying that it's not like that anymore?
Nah, you very, very.
Why? Because
seldom.
there's more cameras and other type of shit, or is
no,
it just
you just don't have those type of people. That
so those people just went away.
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs.
Yeah, dinosaurs. They
Really?
extinct. They extinct. I mean, you meet.
But you have rapists in the world, like you know.
Oh no, but I mean, just among that, the way they depicted in the American me. You know what I mean? The way they depicted it, you know, like, oh, okay, you know, this guy coming down here and they close the cell off, and they, you know, it's not that many people involved in a rape. You know, hey, you watch this and you hand me the lotion and you get the towel, and you know, it's not all that shit going on. You know what I'm saying? You know,
that's crazy, man.
It's a situation where, you know, somebody spot a weakness in somebody, or you know, and they prey on them, and you know, that's mostly how it's done in this day.
Well, you say that the homies sometimes condone that.
Not my homies. No.
Some other homies.
You have different cars. See, in prison, you have you know, the hub and the dub, which is the Watson Compton car. They kick it together. Then you got the gangster car. All the people under the gangster banner, they kick together. All the hood, neighborhood Crips, they kick it together. The Pyro, they got their own. So they kick, you know what I mean? So everybody got their own car that they oversee. So certain cars allow certain shit to go on within them that other cars don't.
Huh.
And the Long Beach car, we don't do no faggots, no telling, no, not homophobic, again, but we don't do no faggots, we don't do no telling, you know what I'm saying? And you know, we don't condone no busterism behind the wall. You got to be front and center, or you out of there.
You know what I'm saying? Like you dissing Young Thug over here, Young Thug saying little things over there. Man, somebody do something. Ain't y'all niggas supposed to be gangsters? If you gonna be about it, be about it, fool. You know what I'm saying? Like I
was like, hey, what you doing? She's like, I'm with my boyfriend. I was like, what? Oh, hate you.
I called a mutual friend, and I was like, I really like him, da da da, and we linked up.